Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be starting my television series reviews. So you guys know, if you've been with me for a while, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so I thought today is going to be the day. So hopefully it's a little bit different, but equally as interesting. So today we're going to be looking at a series from Germany and Austria. This is a co-production, German language, English subs, released in the year 2018, directed by Cyril Boss and Philip Stennett, and this series is called Pagan Peak. So Pagan Peak is about a serial killer in the Alps, in the Austria-Germany border, and he's known as the Krampus killer. So he wears these horrible masks, he causes a lot of fear in this region of the world, so the public want answers, they want this killer stopped. So both nations get together their best investigation team and they partner together. So you've got the German detective, who is this young up-and-coming female. She's got problems of her own, but she's trying to push them aside. And you've got the Austrian detective, who is equally as troubled. He's an alcoholic, and so these personal demons are starting to really get in the way of their progression of the investigation. But as the body count rises, pressure starts to mount and psychological cracks start to appear within these already vulnerable individuals. And so whether or not they can stop the killer before it's too late is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Pagan's Peak. For those of you who are aware with my channel, you'll realise that I don't do television series reviews, and so a lot of reviewers out there do this, and so I thought it was about time I started doing it. And the reason why I haven't done it earlier is because I really struggle to get into television series, and if I'm not going to watch a whole series, then ultimately I can't do a review. And that's my biggest problem with American stuff. American stuff, they really do milk the cash cow. They go on for way too long, and I've already checked out way before it's finished. So if I don't watch the whole thing, I don't want to do a review, and so that's the reason why it's taken me this long. But then I finally started to get into foreign stuff, and this is where it started to really build up my enthusiasm. And so this is the first review, and I will say after the first and second episode I was starting to become a little bit reluctant. I thought, this is very slow. It's really detailing every aspect of these people's lives. It's not so much concerned with the draw card of what this series is, and the series is about a serial killer. At the start of the series you have this dead body that's very interesting, but it doesn't really go into it in too much detail. It's more concerned with these detectives. And now I know that you want to get people that you can relate to in order to make the series work, but I thought, okay, it's really starting to outstay its welcome. I'm starting to become frustrated. I'm hoping the third and fourth episodes are going to really kick into gear, and I will say I'm so glad that I stuck it out, because after the third episode this is where this story really kicks into gear, and the emotional moments make it more impactful because of the slow start that this series has. So it's a serial killer murder mystery. If you are a fan of David Fincher's Seven, definitely think you're going to really enjoy Pagan Peak. This is a very cruel experience, a very brutal experience, and it's not only a beautiful to look at, but it's also psychologically very damaging, so it's very uncomfortable. And I really like the aspect of paganism. I like the aspect of Krampus, the culture behind this region of the world. The Alps, the overall setting was absolutely breathtaking, but it was equally as terrifying because of the things that were actually happening inside this place. So the overall carrot that's dangled in front of the viewer to entice them to watch the next episode, I thought was fantastic. After the fourth episode, I don't like binge watching, but I couldn't help, because I couldn't contain my excitement as to knowing what was going to happen next. And a lot of television series, they struggle to do this, but Pagan Peak really nailed it. I thought, all right, well, I need to know what this killer is going to do next. I need to know whether or not these detectives are actually going to maintain their sanity, because the pressure was mounting. And as the snowball evolution of the story starts to become more and bigger, I thought it's becoming more and more thrilling. And so when you know what this killer is all about, it becomes very dark. It feels like you're stuck in a hole. You're trying to get out of the hole, but the hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. So it's suffocating all the air out of you, and it just makes it for a David Fincher-esque sort of experience, is that it's a very dark colour palette. As I said, it's a very beautiful landscape that the Alps have, but you know what's hiding inside it. And so it has a very dark heart, and that dark heart keeps you captured to the screen. And because of the fact it gives you time to these characters, it makes it a lot more emotionally investing. And so that's where I really thought the directors of this series really nailed it. It's only 8 episodes long, so it's not too long, but I believe that there is actually a second series. So I'm looking forward to that, and I don't know how they're going to make that second series, but the overall first series I thought on its own would be good enough. Is that the cinematography was breathtaking, the acting was phenomenal from the detectives in charge of this investigation, and I never felt as though the side elements to the story prevented it from the draw card. And that draw card ultimately is about a serial killer and how is this serial killer going to be caught, and the mentality of this serial killer. But the directors juggle everything in a way that I just thought had a very smooth continuity to it, and that deliberate slow build-up really made it even more impactful by the end. The series is very violent, it's very brutal. You get a lot of aftermath of the murders, which indicates what this killer is capable of, and so it just has a really weird sort of horror-esque feel to it. This is not so much a thriller, it's not so much a drama. I'd definitely say it's in the horror genre because of the horrifying elements. The soundtrack I thought was very, very haunting, and the overall feeling is like that invisible net has captured you and it's not letting you go. And it doesn't let you go from about the 3rd episode to the 8th episode. And I really want more, and I definitely think as though Pagan's Peak needs a lot more attention. No one talks about it, which is a great shame. And so it definitely deserves a lot more recognition. If you believe it's for you and you're interested by it, I definitely think you're going to enjoy it. As a result of that, I'm going to give Pagan's Peak 4 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Until next time, keep watching movies and television, and I'll see you later.